Welcome to the Speak and Flow podcast, the Legacy Growth Series. I'm Melinda Lee. When you're leading a company and growth isn't moving as fast or as consistently as it should, then I'm so glad you're here because this series is just for you. Because most organizations don't have a strategy problem, they have a communication alignment problem. At Speak and Flow, we believe that communication isn't just a soft skill. It's also how your company grows. In this series, we're going to talk through what actually drives that growth, how your team aligns around direction, how execution actually happens, how leaders show up when it matters most, and how all of this scales across the organization. So your company just doesn't work harder or rely on you. It moves together. Let's get started. Welcome to the Speak and Flow podcast, the Legacy Growth Series. Today we're on our 5th episode, and I'm excited to dive in because it's a solo one where I just get to have a conversation with you. In our last discussion, we talked about the hidden cost of founder dependency. When all the decisions and the strategy, everything routes back to the CEO, it becomes a bottleneck. And the importance of empowering your leadership team so that they rise not just in responsibility, but in also how they show up. Because at the end of the day, when you want your company to grow fast and effectively, you've got to answer this question. The question that we're going to answer today is, can your leadership team effectively represent you when you are not in the room? And here is where I see most people get wrong about credibility and the way that they show up. They think that it's about a title, knowledge, or experience. You can have an incredibly smart person in the room who knows the business, who has a lot of experience, and yet the leader speaks, and yet the audience scratches their head. They don't understand, unclear, and worse off, they're unmotivated to do anything. Think about all the times that you've been in a meeting and you're listening to this smart person talk and they're sharing, and then you think, wow, that sounds pretty good. And yet, I'm not quite sure I understand or I trust what this person is saying. That's because the person is busy trying to impress or they're focused on what they're saying. The more important thing is how you make people feel. Do they want to act afterwards? So it's not just about how you look, what you're saying, how polished you sound. The more important thing is, can your audience understand you? Can they trust you? And are they going to do anything about it? So that is a shift that I like for you to remember, because people get stuck in the delivery. They start thinking about, what am I going to say? How much can I include? All the details. And especially smart people. I see this a lot with people that have built their entire profession and all the achievements, all the accolades, and they want to include everything, every detail. They don't want to miss anything. So then they start to speak really fast because they don't want to run out of time. And then when they talk so fast, you start to see the people, the room zoning out. And then what happens is the leader's credibility weakens. And that's a shift that I want you to remember. It's not just about what you say or even how much you know. It's more about, can your message get carried forward? Here is a simple exercise. If you're a leader or a leader with a team, CEO, here's an exercise that I like for you to just give to your leadership team. And it's going to test their presence. So ask them these 4 questions that they should be able to answer. Why does this company exist? What is our unique value proposition? What are the problems we solve, and what are our solutions? And then ask yourself, as they're speaking, how do I feel? When they are uncertain, you probably are feeling the uncertainty. Let's say your leader is confident. Ask yourself, can I trust this person? Because that's what your client is asking. If not, then the message unfortunately did not land. And that, to me, is the shift. That executive presence and credibility, all of this is not just a nice to have. It's not just a soft skill. It's how your business moves forward. Because when your leaders are speaking, they are either bringing clarity to your clients or they're just bringing noise. They are building trust or they're eroding it. And here is what I'd like to close with you today on. Executive presence is not just about how much you know, how much you're saying. It's about what people carry forward, the message that carries forward, because what people remember, how people feel, what they repeat is what they will act on. So your company, I don't want it just to be with smart people. That is just one aspect of it. We have to have smart people, but we also want to have people that can create a clarity and a presence that moves people. So remember that. And if you have liked this message, if you want to join me on the next one, I hope you do. It's with Rebecca Gordon. We are actually going to dive into the exact conversations, the high pressure ones that build your leadership team's reputation and how to navigate that. So I hope you join me for that one. Until next time, remember, keep speaking what matters most so that your people move forward together. Take care.
Strong organizations just don't work harder. They move together with clarity and purpose. When your leaders align around vision and revenue, they communicate with credibility, they create an accountability system for execution, and build a culture where this communication is consistent, something powerful happens. Momentum builds. Not because your leaders are trying harder, but because everyone understands how to move in the same direction. It's a beautiful thing. And that is what the legacy growth system is designed to do. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's purposeful, it's intentional. And if you're curious how your organization currently operates, I've created a reflective diagnostic tool. It will help you see so much more clearly of what is happening inside. It's called the Communication Dynamic Profile, and it reveals how your organization moves from vision to execution and how the alignment flows and where it may be breaking down. You can access it in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening to the Speak and Flow podcast, the Legacy Growth Series. Until next time, keep speaking with clarity, confidence, and flow.